Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Office Hours. I'm not used to this setup because this is in the new office and I haven't done an Office Hours here yet, so.
Same.
I'm like, what is this wall behind me and this desk and this leather chair and all these books? I don't know what to do.
Grab a book off the shelf.
But that's the ceiling.
I was trying real hard. This way?
You want me to grab one for you?
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be amazing if I just actually took a book and just had one? Like
we should do that. We should do that for next time and like freak people out.
Oh, now they all know the secret.
Damn it.
What you worry? You can't talk about this live.
I mean, let's be honest. It's fine.
Everybody will forget about it and then it's fine. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday. It looks like we have a bunch of our good friends in chat. Samurai King's here. Cloptagon, don't know who that is. Xanatax. Barry.
I don't know
who that is either. Just people.
Jamadri Show.
Jamadri Show.
There's not been a Jamadri Show in some time.
It's been a minute.
I don't even
been a minute, yeah.
What the last one we did was. Z Corona, I don't know who that is.
Producer Audrey in the house
no.
On the ones and twos. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we had a really exciting show last week. There was music involved and special guests. And now you're here with me and Audrey. So,
sorry.
So settle in. Settle in. She'll be singing a song later. Don't worry about it. I'm just
Literally 10 seconds before we went live, I was like, we should do Twitch Sings on Office Hours sometime. Yep. And everybody's like, that's a great idea. And now I'm like, no. Everybody else gets to do it, not me. Firework, I will sing Firework. Only for Jeremiah Hitchin will I sing Firework. And he's there, so that's perfect. She can sing Don't Let Her Lie to You.
Baby, you're a fire. Oh.
I don't know where this show's going already.
Anyway.
We've only been live for like 2 minutes.
So, Audrey, what are we going to be talking about today?
I'm kidding. I know, actually. See, we have these wonderful things down below. This is a gaming careers episode. Yeah.
Cool.
This one was actually like my idea. What? So I hope it goes well because like,
Audrey can sing like Jamar can act. I don't know if that's an insult.
That's all I'm gonna say. No, so today's an episode of all about like different careers and jobs within the gaming industry, and how experience streaming and being a gamer can really help toward those jobs and why they need those sorts of people. Yeah?
For sure. No, that sounds great.
Yeah?
I'm excited to talk about this.
Yeah? Why?
Because it's your idea, Audrey, and I like your ideas. God damn it.
That's fair. That is fair, okay? That's a fair answer. Oliver's a beautiful monarch butterfly now and obviously can't produce as he's migrating south.
Okay.
No, that's perfect, actually. Okay, now I can only imagine a very large monarch butterfly with Oliver's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can see
his glasses.
in my head now. Oh, and his glasses. Yeah. And his helmet. We can't forget his helmet. That's... This is such a weird reference. Oliver was getting ready to leave yesterday and then decided he would do a little bit more work and sat at his desk with his bicycle helmet on. Just in case.
Safety first, man.
You never know what's going to happen sitting at your desk here in the OPG office. You might get shot in the head with a Nerf
It's happened to me. Definitely been shot by someone with a Nerf gun. Unsuspectingly. Yep.
I don't know who would have done that to you. That's messed up. Wow. Ooh. Anyway. That's a nice office. Thank you, Min. I agree. Aren't the wood paneling is beautiful. I don't know what kind of wood that is. I'm not a wood connoisseur.
It's probably like a birch.
Maybe a mahogany.
Yeah. And I love how the light source is coming from behind us, but we're very clearly being lit from the front.
Well, there are windows here, and then there's windows there, and then there's the windows they can't see on.
Oh, yeah.
And then we all get this beautiful green glow around us. Because I have a green aura, as you can see. Everything is realistic. Everything's happening. It's all happening.
This is awkward.
And our encyclopedia collection.
We have all the Britannicas.
All the Britannicas. Anyway, we're here. So, you will notice that this thing says announcements on it. We have announcements.
Oh, we have announcements.
Well, we have an announcement. Our announcement is that PAX East is next week. Set the alarms, everybody. It's happening. I feel like we need like those big earthquake alarms.
Yeah.
That we have, or like a tornado alarm. Yeah, I have that, but I'm not gonna bring it up on my phone.
So next week, OPG will be at PAX East. Who from the team is going?
We have Pods of War. Janessa is going. Zach is going. Tyler is going. It's going to be very exciting because this is his first convention show. I think it's also the first time he's flown this far in his life.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was telling us he hasn't been on a plane for more than like an hour or so. So
God.
yeah,
It's going to be an experience.
He's going to be in for a culture shock.
A culture shock. The plane culture, the airplane culture. Yeah, it's different.
First con ever.
There's Thaddy in chat right there. Hey Thaddy, what's up?
Oh.
Hopefully I'll run into you guys. Well, wait, Midnight Dot. We also have a meet going.
Oh.
And me. I won't be there.
Save the best for last.
This face. I haven't gone to a show in a little while. Like, I went to TwitchCon. TwitchCon's like a given though, because it's so close to us. But like, I haven't gone to a PAX in a minute. Like, actually, I think the last PAX I went to was PAX East 2 years ago.
So
it is actually. That was a
So are we calling PAX East 2019 the return of Audrey?
I think it's the return of Audrey.
Full force.
This is it. This is it. Sorry. He said I was going to sing, and then I said no, and then I've sung like 5 times already. Wow. I'm going to be there too. That's right. I'll be on vacation, so leave me alone. Adriana will also be there. But yeah, we're leaving her alone. We're not going. No, I'm just kidding. She can come to all the parties. That's fine.
Yeah, so as always, like whenever we're at shows, if you would like to schedule meetings with us or want to reach out and chat or whatnot, don't hesitate to reach out because that's what we're here for,
That's what we're here for. Yeah.
I won't be there, but they're going to be carrying a picture of me. Just each one of them will have a picture with me, so if you need that in your life, just find one of them.
Shit, I guess now we gotta put pictures together.
Yeah, don't worry. I've already put them. It's fine.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, they'll be at your hotels when you check in.
Okay. Totally fine with that. Hi, Geki. Hello. No, we'll be there. And just, if you ever want to set up a meeting at a show, just go ahead. You can DM the OP group Twitter. That is your best way, and somebody will direct you to who you can talk to. Or just get you guys in contact, or you can DM any of us individually. I know that I don't have a ton of meetings on my books yet, so make them now because I think it's probably going to change. I'm probably going to get just meeting after meeting after meeting. But
I mean, that's usually how these things go. Like a week before, nothing's happening. 2 days before, okay, everything is happening. So
I expect Monday to come in and it'll be like, just. Hey, can we talk?
It's like, hey, you gonna be at the thing? Yeah, you're gonna.
It's gonna be great. We are leaving Wednesday morning, which is exciting.
Cool.
Exciting.
I'll get to see you guys before you leave. So.
Yeah, you do for a day. It's been busy here in the OP group office. A lot of people have been in and out doing a lot of traveling this month. So it's actually kind of nice because this is kind of a nice wrap up little bow on top of March. Like it ends with PAX East and that's it, and then we're done with the traveling craziness for at least a little bit. Get a little break, which is great for me because like this weekend is one of the first weekends off that I've had in a while. Not off, I'm still doing stuff, but I have to do wedding stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Audrey's getting married.
So my wedding's in like 40 something days.
The countdown. You still never told me what I'm supposed to get you guys for a present.
Because I still haven't made my registry yet.
We'll do that.
Okay, I have a registry, but it's a travel registry, so we can go to Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
But I'm actually going to make an item registry, too, so people can give me stuff. Because another one of my friends is getting married, and she had a bridal shower, and they gave her all this kitchen stuff, and I was like, I need kitchen stuff.
Dude, you could sign me up for 3 toasters.
I've lived in my apartment for like 2 years, and I don't have enough things in my kitchen at all. And my kitchen's also about this big, so I can only have so much. But yeah, anyway, that's happening. I'm sure y'all will know when that happens because I'll be tweeting about it all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting married.
Getting married, it's happening.
It's on Star Wars Day.
Which is easy to remember, except for me. I always get it wrong, and Audrey corrects me. So
It's fine.
it looks like Samurai King says, is it too early to set up a drinking party for TwitchCon with Jamar? It's never too early to set up a drinking party.
Ever.
With Jamar. So, yeah, hit me up on Twitter.
I mean, we got to start planning for that, right? That's in our city. Right? That's announced, right? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, that's here. That's in our town. We know this place very well.
Yeah, we know all the spots.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you guys need some recommendations on where to go, like, hit us up. Let us know. I don't go out very often, but at least I kind of know, like, good places. So.
Me too. I have cool friends.
I have cool friends. Like, I follow them on Facebook and Twitter, and they go places.
I hear about the things that they do.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, we went to this thing. I was like, man, that sounds amazing. Take a picture for me.
Yeah, I don't want to go. No. Z Corona says, I'm going to Yonkers before Boston. Ooh. Yonkers, though. I like that play called Lost in Yonkers by Neil Simon. It's a really good play. Anyway.
Is that the guy who sings Bridge Over Troubled Water? Bridge over troubled water.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so what do you think about hopping into the
Simon Garfunkel? Thank you, Coffee God.
I love Simon and Garfunkel. I just learned that right now.
I saw Simon in concert. That was my first concert ever.
Yeah.
Was just Simon, no Garfunkel.
No Garfunkel.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Omid. Hi. Yeah, okay. Maybe we should just get into the subject.
Yeah, I'm down. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is, the first topic is consultation/dev roles.
So I like this topic because I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about this. I think a lot of people go into the next topic that we're going to talk about, which is kind of more community and influencer roles. But there's actually, I think there's a lot of space in the gaming industry for people who have a lot of gaming experience and background and streaming experience and background in order to actually consult on game design and possibly, if they have the tech savviness and the experience with that, also design, like help actually design games, like be a designer or a developer, or like we have a multitude of things here.
Yeah, I think like it's not on this list, which is super weird. I think one of the roles that like a lot of people could provide value to is like QA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's needed, and also like who has like they need people who have experience playing games and who can like talk about them and be critical.
Right.
And like who better has that sort of skill than, you know, streamers who
literally do that,
who play games all the time.
Yeah.
Like I watch a lot of streamers, you know, like because of my job and also because I like watching live streams, and sometimes they will talk about things that are so specific, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't understand that because like I don't play games that much. Like I was watching.
I would have never noticed that.
Yeah, I was watching Sacriel play some game, and he was explaining like the hitbox on it, and he was also explaining how like it was like client side instead of server side and like all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
Would never know
yeah,
that.
I turn on the thing and I go pew pew and I die. So
no, I mean, I think it's really important, right? And I think even like really recently we've seen a lot of games come out that it seems noticeable that QA wasn't really done like to the extent that it should be. And I think QA is super important. I think, you know, a game should be tested and like beat down as much as possible and broken so that they can figure out the ways to fix it and make it not broken on release, hopefully. Cough, Anthem, cough. I didn't say that. That was not me. That was somebody in chat. I had nothing to do with that. But things like that, yes. And I think streamers, you do that all the time as influencers. Like, it's literally the whole of what you do. I know, like you were saying, when you play games, you just pew pew, die, that's it.
Basically.
Like, I know I play games, and I definitely, like, I will see things that I feel like are probably not the way they're supposed to be. But I'm just like, it's fun. Roshan, fix your game, dev. Ooh, Roshan. Hi, Roshan. It's nice to see you here. I miss your face. Client side is terrible for multiplayer. Yes, it is. This is true. Hi, friends. But, like, and literally, that's what streamers do all the time. Yeah. Like, and it's Sacriel is like really good at it. He knows those things like so backwards and forwards, like very in depth because he has experience in that world because he's been doing it forever. And I think a lot of people don't consider that about themselves.
Like, and I think, like, I think someone who has an interest in video games, if they're doing QA and like they're not gonna notice something like that because like they're gonna be more like me. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, pew pew, this game's fun or whatever. You know what I mean? But someone who literally streams games and plays games all the time, it's like, oh no, like I have this very like specific like knowledge on this thing, and I can explain to you like why this thing is broken or like why this thing's working really well because I feel like that's another part of it, Well,
it's actually a huge part of being in QA is you find like that certain thing that is not working quite right, and then just try to make the whole bigger, honestly, because like people are gonna do that, right? Like you have to think like people are going to play this game and they're gonna try to find what's wrong with it because that's what everybody does, and so like you see the little blemish, try to make that as big as possible and explain how you did that coherently and be able to explain it to a wide variety of people and get the message across like this thing needs to be fixed or this thing is broken and seems like maybe it set it off because I did this thing in the game. And being able to remember what happened and the exact situation and explain it correctly, I mean, I see it happen all the time on streams, and that's the entire job. Like, it's a big part of it at least. So, yeah.
So I printed out this list that producer Oliver, he's still alive, kind of gave to me. So I'm just gonna run through some of the jobs that are available on like consulting and dev role type things. So there's the game designers, there are software developers and programmers, animators and artists, audio engineers. I really like audio a lot.
We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah. Writers, interpreters and translators. If you speak another language, like that's also a skill that's like super valuable in pretty much any industry. Video game testers, QA, we kind of talked about that. Technical support specialists. What else we got? Business jobs in the game industry. So like producers and marketing people. And then marketing research analyst type jobs.
Right, like those type of jobs, like being producer and marketing and stuff like that. It may be a little bit next level if you're not like looking to have like your core job be in the gaming industry. But I think they're really interesting and things that people can probably like move into if it's something that you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Like your passion may be streaming, but then you maybe start and have a job in the gaming industry and maybe like, wait a second. I actually really like doing this. Like,
there are definitely those stories of people who started in QA and then like worked their way up and became producers and then made The Last of Us or I don't know, but yeah, that happens all the time.
Hi, I am Kryak.
I am Kryak and like
F4. I actually don't know.
I can't say that one.
I'm really I'm gonna say Felgon.
And what's going on? EpiQuinn? Is that kind of like EpiPen?
I apologize. I've always wondered how sales looked into the gaming industry. Been in sales retail for about 10 years now and have literally no clue how that would implement here. Well, good news. I will tell you something.
Okay.
I was... Fight me. Ooh! He's ready to go! Dang!
Like epic win. Oh. I said EpiPen because I have one.
What? I'm willing to start a mailroom, work my way up. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. It's like, I just want to get in the gaming industry, right? And to me, no matter what background you come from, you can probably find a job that fits you in the gaming industry. Here, like at OPG, we just try to find people that are really passionate about gaming, that may have some experience in like customer service or care or like client work or something like that. I know like from my side, sorry, I'm hitting my microphone. I always do that. I'm the worst. God. I come from like a background in theater and like working at a live theater and doing like box office sales. And I did many a retail job before this, like front, on the floor helping people, customer service, to back behind the scenes, like managing books and making sure things were in the system correctly, like all that kind of things that have nothing at all to do with the gaming industry. But I just, I always liked gaming. And I think that's the most important part. Oh my God, I keep doing it. Is if you have a passion for gaming, like you're already scores ahead of a lot of other people that may be applying for jobs in the gaming industry, but have no clue. They've never played video games, or they've played like Pong, and that's all they know. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Pong. I'm just saying that shouldn't be your only gaming experience.
So I am Cryok says I feel like customer service would be like entry level. Yeah, like there are a lot of like games that have roles that are kind of like game master type people, where primarily they're kind of like online tech support, like in-game tech support. Which, I mean, if you have any experience in customer service, like it's essentially the same thing,
it's customer service,
just in a digital form. So yeah, definitely.
Well, like anybody that you ever, hi Big Cheese. If anybody that you ever, if you're having a trouble in a game, like maybe if you're having trouble with like the Blizzard client, BattleNet, I think they still call it that, and you go in and you're like, I can't sign in or something. You contact customer service. You have a CS person that's most likely at one of their offices that is actually helping you, and they are working in the gaming industry. They work at Blizzard. Like Blizzard, I know, is like they don't really source out their CS. I think some other companies might, but you can at least find your way in, and it's a really great way to get into the gaming industry. CS, QA. I know F4, Falcon.
Felgon.
I wanted to just say Eric, but like I know that he said that that's how he got into the gaming industry, and he's come really far. So like I think a lot of people have that story of like, I started in QA, I started in CS, I just started somewhere at entry level because I wanted to get into it.
So iFlanzy says, I like Jeff Braddock's background with EA, went from taking support calls to being the Battlefield community manager for over 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like, when you start at the bottom level, you kind of have your foot on the pulse.
What?
That doesn't make any sense. You have your ear to the ground. You're like,
okay.
What I'm trying to say is like you're most connected with the game and the community. So like you have a specific sort of knowledge about that. Am I making sense?
I'm really stuck on foot on the pulse.
You have your foot on the pulse.
I really can't move past that part.
You've got your...
Eric's just like, no. That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Cryok gets it. Stepping on the neck or... Okay, let's just pretend like the last 30 seconds didn't happen. So anyway...
I am Cryok and Big Cheese both were told by Omi to come here and say hi, and you did it. Good job, you did it. I'm proud of you. Oh, there's a weird echo in here. I cannot clap.
Yeah, it's a small room.
I'm never going to clap again. That sentence didn't make sense, but I understood. Oh,
see, and that's why I am Cryok is my favorite person.
Aww.
There you go.
Wow. Is this the chat badge for TwitchCon EU or TwitchCon like San Diego? I wonder what that chat
Producer Adri, can you hover? Oh, TwitchCon EU.
EU. Okay. I like that. It's nice and simple. I wonder what the 2 weeks. Oh my god. I wonder what the TwitchCon US one is going to look like this year.
Probably the same thing.
I liked the 2017 one, but the 2018 one was like, meh. Mm-hmm. So I kept using my 2017 one. That was my way of telling people I was going to TwitchCon in 2018.
I never change it. I should.
I usually don't in most, like my global one is like, I don't think I have anything in there right now. I don't want it to take away from my mod badges and all the other chats I'm in. Oh! Anyway, that's where that came from.
Humble brag.
2 weeks ago, I cannot believe that's only 2 weeks away. Holy cow. The badge flex, exactly. Anyway, hello everybody. So, I don't really know what Jamar was saying, but I know that it made sense and it was insightful.
Foot on the pulse, beat on the
ear to the ground.
Ear to the ground.
That makes sense. But I mean, I think you're trying to say like having a general knowledge of the space, even if you're just from a gaming standpoint of like, I've literally never had a job in the gaming industry. I just am a gamer. That puts you scores ahead. Mm-hmm. It really does because you have more experience there than you think you do. Real dev. Hey, this is dev. I used to be a QA tester like 15 years ago. Even QA, I highly suggest learning things like ISTQB. There are so many QA vets nowadays. This is true. I've actually heard this from a lot of my friends that getting a job in QA is actually pretty difficult. It's very competitive because there's so many people that are like, I love gaming. I just want to get in there, and that's what they apply for usually. So you have to, I think, have really good writing skill, and I think if you know some like actual language for like development and programming, it's probably very helpful, and puts you a little bit ahead. Easy to get contract QA jobs, hard to keep them. Yes, I know. In San Diego, they have a Sony office, and Sony is almost always hiring QA testers, but they're only like month-long contracts usually, which I think is very like, ooh, that stresses me out.
iFlanzy says, feet on the beat. I am Croc, foot on the pulse, forever saved in quotes. Alrighty, right.
Foot on the pedal, finger on the pulse. It's not rocket surgery.
Samurai King, Jamar Insightful, question mark. I don't know about that.
Rocket surgery.
Big Cheese has a question. So to make sure I'm correct, next week, Thursday at PAX East, question mark?
Yes, so we'll be, a bunch of us from the office will be at PAX East next week. Not everybody. I will be there. Pods of War, Janessa will be there. Zach will be there. Ty will be there. Omid will be there. A bunch of us are going to be there. Along with a bunch of our clients are going to be there. So, yeah, I don't know what we're doing, like, show-wise next week.
I don't know either. We'll have to talk to producer Oliver. I mean, we might do something here at the office, something fun and different and completely unscripted. Not that this is scripted.
No, it's really not. I'm there. Nice.
Yeah, we might do something next week, or maybe not. We'll let you guys know.
Big Cheese, do I get to meet you? I want to meet you. I know you don't know me, but I want to meet you. It sounds weird. I know. Some people I just really want to meet, and so I will meet you. Let's go. Jamar really meant to say you have to keep your flashlight on in the daytime.
If you don't have your flashlight on in the daytime, what are you doing? What does the Magic 8 Ball says? Better not tell you now. There you go.
Well, that's totally not helpful at all.
Yeah, right.
Saving battery.
What about scripted
questions? No actors here. Thanks.
I mean, we do have actors here.
This is true, actually. We have at least one Pods of War. Pods of Janessa. That's what I'm going to call her now. I think that's a good idea. She likes to bite. Not me. Janessa does that. Yeah, Janessa likes to bite. Draconi, or I always do this wrong. Dracontia. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dracontius.
Yeah, my younger brother is a tester for Sony San Diego. He's been working for them for 10+ years, but always contract with a temp agency. Yes, and that's what I've heard. Jam got it. Say that again. Dracontius.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not gonna do it again. By the way, I love it when people call me Jam. I said that in the office the other day, and like people started doing it, so it's funny.
So what's funny is, totally off topic, I was playing Division 2 because I'm really loving that game right now, and they have a skill that you can take that has a sub skill within it of like things that it does, and it's called Jammer.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's Jammer. And my fiance was like, what? And I'm like, Jammer's right here. He's in the Division. And then he turns around. He's like, oh, okay.
Tell James I'm disappointed in him.
He thought maybe there was somebody that looked like you in the game.
Oh, no, that would have been great.
That would have been funny. Yeah, that's true. One of them Jim Jams.
One of them Jim Jams. Space Jam. You win.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't get it.
You
Okay,
win.
like
I'm going to
that.
start doing that.
I like that. That's funny. I don't bite. Big Cheese. Janessa bites, so just don't set a meeting with her and we're good. Just kidding. She doesn't bite either. It was like a totally horrible thing we've started making up.
Yeah, I don't know this story, but feel free to tell me later, I guess.
I think it was just on the show. She said she bit me, but she didn't. It's all a lie. I'm sorry, everybody. We've lied to you. I have no idea what's happening. But like Dracontia said earlier, yeah, you can work with a company doing QA for a really long time, but it may just be contract work over and over. But it's good because at the same time, that company will know you, right? And I think getting your, I hate this saying because it feels like so older generation-y, but like getting your foot in the door, is really important. A lot of this is about who you know, so.
Can I just say, I feel like getting your foot in the door and your foot on the pulse, okay?
They're not the same thing.
I feel like those are in the same category. Just throwing it out there.
It's not the same thing. It's also been their lead on separate titles, exactly. Putting your foot on the pulse is important. Mm-hmm. Why are you all encouraging him? Mm-hmm. Don't do this. But no, I mean, as influencers, as streamers, you have a lot of experience, and that experience counts, and it can go somewhere within this particular, like, in dev roles, more than you think. I think you can learn a lot of stuff on your own through the wonderful magicalness of the internet. There's a lot of programming tools and classes out there that you can learn, and you can kind of honestly, like, you can build your own stuff with engines that already exist and, like, make a portfolio of things. If you really wanted to get into programming and developing, you could learn a lot of this stuff on your own and have some like things to show if you are doing QA and CS and stuff like that, to show higher ups maybe later if there's open job opportunities. It's like, yes, I can do this. So, you know, the more you can represent, like, the less training that you're going to need, the better.
So, you know, everyone's favorite person, Kanye West, he went on a tirade a couple years ago about how...
Which one?
Yeah. This one was about high school in particular, and he felt that kids shouldn't have to go to high school. And a lot of people were like, okay, Kanye. But some of the things he was saying was like, dude, you can learn anything you need to learn on the internet. And it's like, you know, he's not completely wrong. I mean, high school's probably good for, like, interpersonal developmental skills and things, but as far as knowledge base, it's like, hey, man, look it up on YouTube. Sign up for lynda.com. I learned how to graphic design on lynda.com.
And they have that masterclass website now, which is really nice.
Which I paid money for.
That thing is really impressive. I learned it's $180 for a year, and you can take as many classes as you want.
I did it. I've gotten through 1.5 courses.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have one by David Lynch on there, and I was like, okay,
oh, really?
maybe I need to do this.
I didn't see that one. Shout out to Linda.
My all-knowing master at Google. Here's my hot take on that. Mm-hmm. I think high school is good because I think it adds structure to a life that needs structuring at that time. When you're that age, I think you need the structure. I think structure is good. But my hot take is that college.
Yeah.
So I went to college. Jamar went to college.
Yeah.
We've gone to college.
Yeah.
My degree is in English. It has literally nothing to do with what I do now. I got a minor in television, film, and new media.
That kind of relates.
I guess it kind of relates, but mostly it relates to me watching movies and critiquing them on Facebook to my friends. Like, I think a lot of people use their degrees for really great stuff, but in the end, when you're actually looking for a career, most of the time that degree doesn't matter. Like, having that degree doesn't matter. Which I think is a funny take when you get to, see, I never graduated, exactly. It's a funny take when you get to things that are happening like right now with all the celebrities that paid literally millions of dollars for their children to get degrees to, like, really good schools. Which is like, Becky, to me, why wouldn't you just give them that $1 million and let them do whatever the heck they wanted?
Yeah. Xanatex, could you scroll up?
About this.
Sorry. Xanatex says, high school gives better diplomas than YouTube does, but YouTube is usually more educational.
Yeah, because, right, like, with a high school diploma, it's like everybody's like, you have a high school diploma, right?
Yeah.
But, like, with college, it's like,
How you doing, movie fan?
Hi. Something I've seen, there can be a plateau if you don't have a degree, too. If you want to further your career, the degree helps a lot. This is because the industry is slowly maturing and becoming a more normal job. This is true. It's kind of becoming more like uniform in, like, okay, we need these policies. We need to make sure we're hiring people with the proper education, things like that. I think you can get in on entry, and if you get a good amount of experience, to me, experience is where it's at, right? Like, that's what I look at when we're looking to bring on more people to our team. Do you have the experience? Like, it doesn't matter so much if you have a degree in whatever, to me. But I think moving up through a company, it helps if you have a degree. And if it's like a BA or BS, then maybe that's not as important. But if it's like a master's or something like that, obviously that's going to help you, like, a lot. But you're devoting a lot more time to that. Like, I considered going back for my master's, but I'm like, it's never going to happen at this point. Chad agrees. Yay.
I was good at school.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
Like,
I was good at it.
Yeah. School was good. I like school.
Xanatex said something about uni and computer science and psychology. what was it, uni for computer science plus psychology. So when your computer has mental health issues, call me. Will do.
Yo, mine's got them all the time. You want to help me? Mine needs to be in like a, what is that called? Like a mental institution. A psych ward.
Oh, there you go.
If you will.
So you said uni, so that leads me to believe that you're not from the United States of America.
Or they're an Anglophile.
Or they're an Anglophile.
I used to say uni.
Uni.
I used to say uni all the time when I was watching a lot of BBC.
Oh, okay.
Because I was a nerd. Hated school, but it definitely helped me in my career. I think for me, while the degree didn't necessarily, and it's not necessarily helping right now, I think the independence, Canada, yep. I think the independence and the building my own schedule, making my own time, and prioritizing things, part of school really helped me in my adult life.
Yeah.
It's helped me kind of like figure out how I can organize myself and how to prioritize my needs and what I need for work and things like that in general. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. When I was in school, like in all of my schooling, my thing was I just always did what I was supposed to do and everything worked out. And like I applied that to my life and it's just like, hey, everything's working out. So yeah, seems fun.
Hi, Cannibal Queen. School is easier than real life. Expectations and paths are clearly stated in school. Yes.
True.
Yes. As an English major, I had a lot of professors who were like, do what you want. You make up the final project. I don't know.
Audrey,
the points don't matter.
I took a class called Multicultural English, and it involved us sitting on beanbags and talking about our feelings.
The best class, one of the best classes I ever took in college was, I don't even remember what it was called, because they all have stupid names, but
yeah.
But it was about digital literature. That's what it's called, digital literature. Wow, amazing.
Is it Twitter?
No, it's about interactive fiction and how the internet and mass media like that changes literature. And so like video games, that's literature. Boom! You read a book when you play a video game. Did you know that? Because it's true. And yeah, AI was a big thing that we talked about, was like the male vision in AI, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. But that was the best class I ever took in college. And I learned a lot about video games in that class, actually. So yeah.
That sounds fun. Cannibal Queen says the most important thing I learned in higher education was critical thinking skills. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being able to win an argument was like one of the best things I ever learned in college.
You're wrong for these reasons.
Yes, I will give you an entire essay on why you're wrong. And it works. So critical thinking is so important, generally. I like that. I feel like we've gotten really off topic.
Sure.
I think the point is that you don't necessarily need the education in order to have the experience. It will help probably later on in your career. But yeah, I think college taught me how to play hacky sack.
Also, a lot of companies have programs where they will help you to further your education.
Yes.
So if you get your foot in the door and you impress the people you need to impress and do a great job, it's like, hey, yeah, we'll pay for you to go get this degree and do these things.
Yeah.
And, because it's only going to be better for the company, for you. So
you're going to learn more.
So it's an investment that a lot of companies are willing to put in. You want to talk about a few of the other gaming type roles at companies?
Yes.
I would like to talk about animators and artists.
I knew you were going to talk about that one. Yeah.
Because I like art things, and I think it's super important. Something that I've seen is I have a lot of friends who are in the art community. They are great artists. They're just great artists, and they don't know how to apply that to making money, right? It's a difficult thing. Like, it's like being a musician. Like, hey, I'm a really good musician. I also eat top ramen every day because I don't know how to apply that into like making money. One thing that I think would be great is if every person who ever made art made video games. How about that?
I would love that. There's some absolutely gorgeous artistic video games out there that may not look very realistic, but they're very artistic. I was watching one last night, actually, We the Revolution, and it was like, it's a gorgeous game. Like, it's so pretty just to like look at. And like Sea of Thieves, I've been saying this like forever. It's a beautiful game. Not necessarily realistic. Yeah, the water.
Yeah, it was real good.
It's just like I like hypnotized by the freaking water, dude. Like, and being able to know like, being able to illustrate is one thing, but then also knowing fundamentally like what colors go together, what designs work, like things like that. I think it's super important, and you have those things from like your experience in being an illustrator, being a designer, and you can bring that into a video game because like I think there's so many different facets to making a game. Wow.
Excuse me, sorry.
I'm kidding. There's so many different facets to making a game that's something that may get forgotten about, and so you get to advocate for like, but this game needs to look good.
Yeah, and one thing that like I didn't realize until pretty recently is that like in the game design world, they also need like graphic designers. Like if you're a concept artist, it's like stuff like that's always needed, or like in-game 3D modeling and all that stuff. Those things are always needed, but like they also need graphic designers. I actually watched a documentary on The Last of Us. It's on Naughty Dog's YouTube page if you ever want to check it out. But their graphic designer was talking about how she made the UI for the game and like kind of like some of the choices that she made and why she made them, and like she showed kind of like the first iteration of what it looked like and why it didn't work and how the whole workflow like kind of went down. Like she would make a thing, they would put it in the game, the QA people would test it and they'd be like, okay, this is clunky, and then she'd be like, okay, well I can do these things. Like it was just really interesting, and that was the first time I realized like oh, if you have graphic design skills, it's like you can also make games. Like, so.
You can do it.
Yes.
You can do it.
Also, Cannibal Queen, oh my god, The Last of Us. Yes.
Cannibal Queen said something earlier that I think is really important, and I did want to touch on this because I think I may have said it too quickly, but like education is extremely important. Like actually having and getting education is important. The degree in the end, like the paper you may get in the end, may not really matter.
Yeah.
But the actual education is a form of experience that I think, like taking those classes, being in that structure, making your own schedule, very important things that can get you to your end goal and get you a job in indie industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did want to clarify that.
You're right. I did get the entire office sick, by the way.
Not me.
I'm working my way down the list. Eric says, good UI and UX people who have engineering chops are unicorns. I could definitely see how that'd be a thing. It's like,
yeah,
that's pretty interesting. Xanatax, UI is really important to games and software. That's one interesting crossover with psych and programming. Oh yeah, wow. I could see that. Yeah.
See, that's something I would never have thought about, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Especially with like user experience, like, you know, why people do the thing that they do, and like how do we.
Like, what side do you automatically go on, kind of, just because you think... Like, something I think is really, really interesting, and, like, almost every game does this, but people don't actually think about it. Like, any game that involves, like, you have to parkour and shit. Like, if you got to climb a wall or jump over something, they will highlight, usually in very bright colors, where it is that you should jump. Or where you should climb on. And it doesn't feel like they're, like, do this thing, you have to go here. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like Division 2 and Division do it very nicely with like yellow tarps. So it's like if you see yellow, you're pretty much like, oh yeah, that's where I go. But it doesn't feel shoved down your throat. But I think a lot of people don't think about how that is a very specific choice that was made for a game, and it's like, well, yeah, we got to make sure we highlight where they can go, or else they're going to be confused. And it's something like. It's like so deep in your brain, you're not even thinking about it.
So something I learned in school is like design is all about conforming to a certain degree. Like you can make the most interesting, unique, best thing ever, but if it's unfamiliar to people, they won't interact with it the way that they should. Oh. Kind of like if you look at a website, right? Without looking, I could be like, hey, on CNN.com, if I wanted to go to like the homepage on the website, where would I click? Everyone knows it's like the top left corner, you know? It's like, would it make sense for that home button to be somewhere else and make it would look better and all this stuff? Probably, but you kind of have to conform to... It would be
confusing.
It would be confusing for people, so it's like you have to conform to that, so, yeah.
It's funny, I've been streaming and doing a lot of this stuff because I'm looking to take all my industry experience to streaming. is the going a different direction? I like that. All these questions make me realize that the industry is still very unclear to those who aren't. It's true. We still call the industry like... You're going to offer. I'm going to take it. I'm not even done with this one. Let's do it.
Producer Devin's bringing us drinks.
Yay.
This is awesome.
There's so many producers here. I love it. So we still call this industry the Wild West. Mm-hmm. I say it almost every day. Like, this is the Wild West because, like, it was not Madrinas, sadly. We do not have any Madrinas in the office. But a lot of what we do is super duper new, like management and business strategy. Business strategy help? It still doesn't make any sense. For streamers, like that wasn't really considered something that people did, right? And so this is still super new, but the gaming industry as a whole, making video games, making a ton of money off video games, like that's pretty new still. It's not like, is there a bug? It's not like Hollywood has been around for hundreds of years and the whole acting industry been around forever, but it was once new and changed a lot based on what needed to happen. And there's still, you know, like you look at a game dev and a streamer will look at a game in completely different ways. So being able to consult on those things and come together on those is very important, I think.
Definitely. Xanatax actually just gave us 5 bits. Thank you very much for that.
Yay! Thank you, Xanatax.
That was very cool. The little heart pulsating thing.
It's so cute.
Let's see. I'm close to at least getting approval to talk about QA and CS on my streams, so that isn't as applicable / secret to my current job. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will find that very interesting. Like, I know that I like that type of stuff, and I follow a lot of people. Before I started working here, even more, like I followed a lot of people on YouTube, and I listened to a lot of podcasts from people that were just in the gaming industry because I was just interested in kind of like their lives and what they thought about things, because they have a very different perspective on basically everything. And I'm going back to like the pew pew shoot things, I die thing. Like that was my kind of worldview on video games. But as someone who works in development, they have just kind of like a different view. And I always thought that was really interesting. I don't do that as much now, but I think I might tonight, because, yeah, I've rekindled a passion. Yay. Right here on the show.
It happened here on Office Hours, everybody. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy, I'm sorry. We're just complaining about the meeting, yeah.
Okay, super side note before we continue. Who wants to get Felgon on the show? I do.
Me. I feel like he knows the lie.
Yeah.
It's funny because when we were talking about the subject for the show, hard pass, I was like, you know who would be really good for this? Eric.
Yeah.
But then he's over here like, hard pass. It's not going to happen. Okay. I guess we're going to have to review that Nightbot and make sure. Oh, it's the word rep. Yeah. Word rep is fun. Hold on. Let me read some incoming messages and make sure. Okay. In a minute, we might have something to say, but not yet.
Oh, okay. Secrets.
Secrets. I love secrets.
Should we move to the next topic, or are we still here?
Indy!
Hello. I'm glad that you're here.
Me too.
We created something new. It's Space Jam. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, you just say space and then like jam.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Anyway, yeah, I think we can move on to the next topic, which is just some more jobs within the gaming industry, but this one's a little bit different. Jam in space. Community and like influencer roles. Obviously, it's a lot different than like consulting or dev roles or kind of like actually making the games. This is more for like when we're onto the game is either about to be out or it's released, and we're gonna talk to the community and make sure everybody's happy, and that and this has become more. I was gonna say more bigger. Wow, there's something wrong with me. This has become more and more relevant recently with the advent of streaming and how important streaming is to selling games and making sure the game community is healthy. So I think community management roles and just influencer management roles are really important now. I'm like updating our Twitter just in case. Okay, we're fine. I was a terrible person and wore my Landmark shirt during a crafting recording. Oh, Landmark. That makes me sad. I don't want that about Landmark.
I have a like some Post-it notes. They're Landmark Post-it notes.
You can't use them.
That like are forever enshrined. And someone used one, and I was like, "What are you doing? These aren't even mine."
Like, no, man. You could sell those on the eBays.
So community management. In our jobs, we interact with a lot of community managers.
Yes, we do.
Can you speak to a little bit about our interactions with them, and then I can follow up and be like, and this applies in a different way. See that?
We'll see how this works.
Yeah.
All right, so
foot on the pulse, guys.
Foot on the pulse. We do interact with a lot of different community managers, CMs, or influencer managers. I've never called them an IM, but I guess you could.
Yeah, that's weird.
An IM. But I've been here the whole time. Hi, Pots of War. I feel like you haven't been here the whole time. This is new. But anyway, these folks, I think they work really hard. These are some of the these are some of the folks that have to basically be on all the time. You don't necessarily have certain structured time in the office or office hours when you're working this job, because your community is kind of always around and always wondering what's going on. I know a lot of streamers run their own Discord channels.
Mm-hmm.
They manage their social medias. They do this and they do that, which I think is a lot of the experience that can go into being a community manager.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're there to make sure a community for a game has what they need, that they're happy, that their concerns are heard, that their praises are heard and sent to the right people, and that they have the updates that they need. And I think that's one of the most important parts, is that they actually know what's going on. Doing a weekly or monthly kind of dev update, trying to get your developers together and be like, guys, you need to tell me what's happening so that I can give the community an update on what's going on with this thing. Everybody's concerned about this problem. How are we going to fix this? And also just make sure the community's healthy.
Would you say that community managers have their foot on the pulse of the community?
I wouldn't say that. I would say they have their finger on the pulse of the community.
I'll take it. They're essentially the first line of defense, right? For the game. Whenever there's any concerns or maybe praise, they're the people who are receiving that and reporting back to the company. They're like, hey, everyone really liked that you put this new weapon in the game and everyone's shooting people with it and it's great and we should do an entire event around this and blah, 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 blah.
This is around this game. It's done, okay.
Yeah. But they're also the first line of defense where, if things are very bad, the game is down and the servers are all messed up and whatnot, they're the people who are also getting the messages hey,
where's the game? Where's the game?
Yeah,
where's
the game? I've been trying to play. Hey, this is horrible. So it's a very dynamic type role that needs people who have a lot of different experiences, one of which customer service. That's huge. If you have that type of experience, customer service across any platform is the same. Whether it's in person or digital, you're essentially doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Community managers.
Community managers. Final Fantasy XIV does a good job with community, from their letter from the producers and eventually streams called Letter from the Producers Live. I think streams are from community managers and community management teams are super great. It's a fun and interactive way to hear from your community live and to give them news right there, right then, and get feedback immediately. You're not going to necessarily have an issue getting feedback immediately from your community at any time, but I think it's really fun to here's all the updates we have. What do you guys think of those? And then you can do. I used to watch the H1Z1 all the time. I can't remember what they called it. But they had one on Fridays.
Foot on the Pulse.
Not Foot on the Pulse. I think we should change the name of office hours to Foot on the Pulse,
Yes.
by the way. I advocate for this. But it was like they do little giveaways. They would play the game and show live what the changes were on the test server. They would try to get people into the test server to play with them. Like, it's so much fun, you know, and just it's a good way to like get to know your community and for your community to get to know you. Because I think as community managers, like they have to talk to the community probably the most, and they have to kind of get to know everybody personally. So, Andy, what is that?
So I have a question. How would someone who's, you know, a streamer, if they wanted to transition into a community management role, like what sort of skills do they possess as streamers that would help them as a community manager? So,
streamers talk to their chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important. Streamers can create their own communities. The good ones create really great communities, right? And they talk to their communities often. A lot of the times, people will have their own. You guys are streamers. I don't have a community. I have an affiliate channel. Somebody put my email in chat. Is there? Well, nobody subbed to me, so I can only put my email in chat. Good job. But I'm in your community. Well, thank you.
There you go.
Not my emote. Mine are not. I don't have cute emotes here. I'll put it in chat in a minute. I'll just try to talk at the same time. So you make your own community. You've done this. You've probably made a Discord channel. You've probably made a bunch of roles in different rooms within that Discord channel. There's a lot of work that goes into creating and cultivating and making a community happy. And streamers just do that most of the time. I'm not saying everybody does that. Most streamers, though, like, pretty good at it, and it's the community that they run. So you're already a community manager. Some streamers will, you know, they'll get really busy, so they'll actually hire somebody to help them with their community. And then those people there are CMs, you know, like things like that. You may not be like focused down on one game, but you're focused down on your stream, which is your product that you are managing, basically. That's the way I like to think about it.
Okay.
There are like definitely other facets to being a CM. It's not just about relaying things to your community about how updates are going or whatnot, but it's also relaying the community messages to the devs, to your team. What are people concerned about? What do they need to know? How can we fix these problems? I think there's a lot of like putting out of fires and fixing things in that kind of role.
I hate fires. I love when they're put out, though.
I love when they're put out, though. That's okay. I like that. Here, I'll put my emote in chat, and everybody can go sub to me so you can get this wonderful thing. I have another one, too, but this one's way more fun.
Audrey, that is the most terrifying thing
That's my face.
I've ever seen.
That's literally me. That's literally a picture of me as a clown.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to go over this right now, Audrey. My list of fears, it's small.
Oh, yes.
It's small, but it's significant. It's very specific. Number 1, birds. Don't like them. Number 2, clowns. Don't like them. That looks like a flying clown. That looks like a flying clown there.
It's me.
I'm terrified.
It's me. But look, there's also Caesar salad.
Oh,
there's my other emote.
Now that should have been the emote that you led with.
Nah. The other one's way more fun. See, the great thing about the clown emote, solid mode, it's my tier 3 emote. So, like, I'm literally the only person that's ever going to use it. It's fantastic. Yes, exposure bucks is such a good emote. If you are sub to this channel, you can get the exposure bucks emote, which is amazing, by the way, and y'all should use it. There you go. There's my PSA for the day.
Which one is your tier 1 emote?
It's the cat.
Caesar? Okay.
It's Caesar.
Cool.
It's Audrey 10 cat.
Cool.
Because I had to put 10. That's the prefix they gave me. It wasn't just Audrey. I was sad about it.
I like Caesar. We had a moment.
Caesar salad's the best, guys. My cat, Caesar salad, you can't see, but I got scars. It's great. If you ever see, like, if you're going to run into me at PAX East and you see that I have just cuts everywhere on my arms, it's only because of my cat, I promise you. Damn, now I really need to get my emotes made. I made my own in Pixlr.
Pixlr?
I use Pixlr.
Ah, we've talked about that on a previous Office
Pixlr is
Hours
great.
episode.
You can make any kind of graphic you want on Pixlr, pretty much. Any kind of simple graphic you want. Like editing out your face and just putting it up. Yeah.
Like almost anything you can do in Photoshop, I've done in Pixlr too.
Almost
so.
anything, it's true. It's true. So,
Yes.
Jamar, I have
Yeah.
a question for you.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Yeah.
What do you think are some of the most important components, like personality-wise, for being a community manager?
Oh, I think it has a lot to do with what actually makes people good streamers, kind of like what you said. Some of the best community managers that I've seen in the gaming space, they also have a lot of friends and contacts that are also in the same space. Being the forward-facing person for a company, it's great, and if you're good at it, you're good at it. But I think the people who do it the best, they have like friends and connections within the space where they have these people that act as almost like pillars of the game, of the community. Yeah. So
Community pillars.
So like, let's say, we're hypotheticals here. Let's say I'm a community manager and I'm working on a new game and it's coming out, and I know that like however many people it is, there's like 10, 20 people that I know and I've cultivated relationships with that I'm gonna be like, hey, like they're gonna like my game, they're gonna talk about my game, they're gonna be excited about it, they're gonna help make the community a great thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one person can't do that. Like, you're just screaming at the wind. It's like, hey guys, my game's great. You should play it. You know, we got guns and flies and whatever else people put in guns in games these days.
Guns and flies.
I don't.
It's all the game needs. We just listen, everybody, listen here at the
Look.
developers table. All we need to make our game bestseller for the summer hit is guns and flies.
Look, Audrey. I was playing Minesweeper last night, so
There's neither of those things in that game.
I'm
calling you out, man.
I was playing Minesweeper last night.
B Cannon.
B Cannon.
B Cannon.
There
I
you
will
go.
say Division 2 again. I have to keep that has a beehive, then you could throw at people.
I'm actually gonna play tonight, I swear. But yeah, so I think that's one of the things. It's like being, I don't want to say being social because that's not exactly the terminology. It's almost like being a person that can cultivate communities, but on the level of like not mass communities, but like smaller subsets of communities, and then those people make communities, and then you have like a community outbreak.
Ponzi scheme?
A Ponzi scheme.
Community pyramid scheme, sorry.
Yes, that. And at the top, you always find Jamar because.
I thought you were going to say something else. I was like,
Nope,
that's going to be a hot take.
Yep. Nope.
Real dev. Just drink your LaCroix. Sorry. Said, I posed this question. A lot of gamers/viewers are introverted and overwhelmed by strong personalities. Is it something considered when trying to hype up a product to appeal to those types? Or just go ham and hype? So, this is actually a really good point because, you know, I know a lot of people in this industry pretty well, and I know many of them are introverted. Many of them don't really like to play with other people. And they just kind of want to keep to themselves, but they still want to know the updates, right? They still want to know what's going on for new products and stuff like that. And they're still excited. They still get hyped. And I think that there's a lot of hype and like strong personality-ish that you can bring into a game or a situation without making it too much or without scaring people away, basically. I know like I usually avoid, for the most part I used to actually, not so much anymore, avoid joining group community discords because I'm just like, I don't want like, you know, like I want to join a clan in Division 2, but like I don't want to really play with anybody. I just want to be in a clan, like kind of things like that. But I think you can have the excitement and the hype still there while not being terrifying, basically. Like, this sounds bad, but like, I mean, there can be really strong personalities in this industry. And I think, honestly, a lot of CMs are kind of just more chill.
Yeah.
And they're just like, meh.
Audrey, I played to level 70 in World of Warcraft and never like played with another person. Like,
man, that's commitment.
yeah.
I like that. That's amazing. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, most of the games that I play end up being single player, but recently I've been playing a lot more multiplayer games. So I'm just like, my friends need to join me. But I hate playing with random people. That's like my problem with some games. Are just like especially if my fiance doesn't want to play the game, I'm like, well,
nope out of this.
Nope, that's not gonna happen because I want to play with only people that I know and I like.
Ayla says, I don't like flowers because they have bees in them. That's fair.
Not all flowers have bees in them.
True.
You can like flowers.
As someone who's allergic to bees, I stay away from flowers too. So.
That's what I do in Elder Scrolls, just play on my own because I don't like joining groups. Yep. I really love MMOs, and I used to play a lot of MMOs, but I don't play with people, and I wouldn't do raids because it's like I have no interest, absolutely zero interest in playing this kind of content because there's like 20 people, and I'm gonna have to talk to all of them.
There was a point, and I might be misremembering this, but I think I like over leveled and then queued up for an instance in World of Warcraft and then just did it by myself. Like, I had a weird childhood.
That's, like I said, it's commitment. Like,
Yeah.
if you are committed to like, I gotta do this and I really want to do it, so I'll just get really freaking good.
Yeah.
And then I get to do it on my own. Peace. I don't know.
All flowers, even fake ones. Oh. I think the
Oh.
fake ones are probably fine. Unless they have like fake bees who are made out of plastic. That seems like the worst. Weird childhood memory without Princess Bride. I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do. Oh, look.
Oh.
Wow, just calling it out of chat. I mean, you're not even going to let us announce it? Okay. Well, you know what? I got to refresh my Twitter and make sure it's there. Okay, it's there. I'll go ahead and say this. Hello! This was meant to be in the announcement portion, but we started kind of early, so like, whatever, it's fine. Hi, we announced. You guys did announce it, but we didn't say it on here. We just announced 3 new clients.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Dab.
Oh, wait, we coordinate.
Ooh,
dab.
Okay, thank you. Breaking news in the chat. 3 new clients here at Online Performers Group. And, Draco's coming in and ruining the hype for us. No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. We have 3 new clients. They are K-Magic 101 over there on Mixer. He's one of the co-founders of Guardian Con. Great guy. Got Jared FPS, also on Mixer. Fantastic Fortnite player. Amazing. And the legendary Lord Minion 777. YouTube veteran over here. So made some awesome content over the years. So, thank you, everybody. This is awesome. We're excited. You can check out the blog post. Somebody, I'm sure, can post it in the chat because I sure can't. But you check out the blog post. You check out our website. Crash the website again, guys. Do it. Do it. I love it when you all crash the website. It's amazing. Yay!
Are we high-fiving?
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, it's super exciting. Like, we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen during the show. So it's exciting that we get to share that news with everyone, and excited to get to work with these guys. So
Crash it.
Crash the website.
Crash the website.
Please don't.
Crash the website.
Like as Barry said, please don't crash the website.
Something else we should talk about too, since we're talking about jobs within the gaming industry, we do have open positions here at Online Performers Group right now. So, you could apply for a position here. This is technically the gaming industry, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Wow, I need help. Wow, bye. Oh, bye, Alla. It was
Bye,
nice to
Ayla.
see you.
Thanks you for coming.
Yes, job openings, they do exist. They are there. You can apply on Indeed, I believe, is like the best way to apply. And yeah, there's an account manager position open. We're senior account managers. So like, you can report to us. Which is great because we're crazy people. I'm just kidding. We're fantastic.
Is it great to report to Jamar and Audrey?
You can rely on it.
Oh, look at that. You see that?
Hey, you can come here to this wonderful wood paneled room with all these books and encyclopedias. I'm waiting for somebody to be really mad that I'm saying encyclopedia.
Hold on, let me close the blinds.
What if it got darker in here when you did that?
The magic conch has spoken.
Wow, okay, that's a lot. Today is sure a day. Anyway, I think we'll come back into the conversation we were in about it's like a really far over here.
Sure. Community
and influencer roles. Will Audrey and Jam chew us out? Ask the 8 ball. Okay, let's ask. Most likely. That's literally what it says. I didn't even know that was an option. You can't. Okay, never mind.
You can't. Ooh, yeah.
Oof. What's actually hilarious about that is that I don't shoot anybody out ever. You can ask people.
So I know we're still in the community and roles segment, but I also want to open it up to questions. If you guys have any questions, just
drop them in chat whenever.
Because we'll be happy to answer anything that we can.
You can also go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskOPG, and we will be monitoring the Twitter. I can do it right here. And so if you have any questions through there, go ahead and ask. We will answer to the best of our professional abilities.
Man, that was very well said. Audrey, I'd like you to speak at any engagement that I have, like my funeral, my wedding, my...
Why'd you start with funeral?
I don't know.
You can speak at my wedding if you want, Jamar. There's going to be an open mic.
You guys all heard this, right?
You can do it. She's literally going to be like, anybody want to talk? And then,
I don't do this often, but can someone clip that? Senior lead manager reply, I went to school, UCSD. That be me. UCSD, we're close to UCSD.
We are actually. All right. Hello, everybody. Open mic, it's over. Oh, yes. So, okay. Community influencer management. So there's not just community managers, right? Mm-hmm. There's also influencer managers, which is definitely...
Audrey, can you tell me what an influencer manager does?
How did I know you were going to ask me that question? Oh, my God. Okay. So an influencer manager, this is kind of a new thing, a new role within the space a little bit. And companies we're seeing now are actually starting to hire these roles a bit more. Mm-hmm. They're actually like creating these roles and hiring them in the space to manage the influencers that they work with. Dun, dun, dun. I know y'all didn't expect that, but it's true. So basically, there's a lot of companies out there that work with a plethora of different influencers, be it on paid campaigns or affiliate kind of deals, or just people that they kind of see as, what am I thinking, like brand ambassadors for them. Maybe people that stream a lot of their game or use their product a lot on stream, or talk about, it was clipped. Wow, it happened. Or talk
Good
about
job,
the
guys.
product in like their tweets a lot or their Instagram posts, like kind of whatever. Maybe, these companies have noticed these people a lot, mm-hmm. They're taking note of these people in their community and their like influence on the space. So they hire somebody to specifically talk to those influencers, make sure they're happy, make sure everything is going well for them, and kind of just keep track and making sure, I think really importantly, that they are getting what they need in order to promote your product properly. So like, Red Bull sending out Red Bull to their influencers or stuff like that, mm-hmm. or like. Maybe a certain company making sure, like a game company making sure that a certain influencer has a key for the early access of this DLC or something like that early, because they know that that person is going to be playing a lot of their game and they're going to be influencing their audience a lot. Mm-hmm. So while an influencer manager may work really focused down kind of on the space of like free kind of stuff, they may also be able to lead campaigns for paid work of like, yeah, we have all these influencers that I know are super interested, and we definitely want them to play this game. We definitely want them to go over these talking points. So I have a budget, and this is the budget, and this is how much we can allocate toward each person for their size or whatever, and build a campaign from there.
Audrey, would you say that influencer managers have, I don't know, their foot on the pulse? Audrey really hates me.
I won't leave. I almost did it though. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say it's already, it's in the works. No, I'm just kidding. I would say that they have their finger on the pulse.
Oh, okay, that's fine, I guess.
Of the gaming community, I guess. I don't know. I think all successful influencer managers have their foot on the pulse. You know what? Flanzy, come on, man. What are you doing to me here? No. Y'all just keep, every time he's on the show, yes. Every time he's on the show, he gets encouraged to just say the silliest things.
It's true.
It's a thing. I don't know. Whatever. Man.
It's true.
Jamar.
Yes.
What would you say are really good things that streamers and influencers could bring to the table as influencer managers?
Well, I think it's in the name, right? Like being a streamer, like they are influencers themselves, whether it be like on a smaller scale or whatnot. So they have that sort of pre-knowledge of what influencers are looking for. You can relate that to other things. It's kind of like, in the sports world, coaches, a lot of times they're former players. Like it's because they know what it was like. They know the ups, the downs, the high points or whatnot, and they just have that connection because one of us. So I think that's probably the biggest skill that influencers have if they're like kind of trying to change into a role as an influencer manager at a company, because they're influencers. They know what's up. Hello, Fearless 5294.
Hi, Fearless. Welcome to the chat. Check Indeed. Yes, check Indeed. I believe our job postings are on there, but they have also been posted on our Twitter. If you go to OP_group, you should be able to scroll down a little bit and find the job postings there. If they're not just like pinned, which they might be. I don't know. No, they're not, but that's fine. It's there. They are not far. You do not have to go far to find it. I think influencer management is a really cool kind of new thing within the gaming industry. I think it's important. I think influencers should be treated, this is going to sound bad, but I don't mean for it to be. I think influencers should be treated like differently within this space because they're not just simply community members, right? They have a different level of importance that is like they're influencing other people to become members of the community. Hopefully fantastic members of the community that will go on to be pillars. They are making sure those people are happy, that they're treated well, that they stay with the program. If you can build your own influencer program that's like, if you stream this many hours or if you do this many things, like you can get certain rewards maybe within the game, maybe within real life. Community managers do similar things for their communities, but I think influencer managers just on a different level, specifically focus on influencers and making sure they're happy. So influencers, creating more influencers. There's too many of them. Are you suggesting that influencers can influence people to do things? I am suggesting
I get influenced all the time.
It's true, actually. I will say this, almost every sponsored campaign that we work on, I will end up buying a thing or playing a game specifically because we did the campaign and I got influenced to do the thing. It's kind of actually insane. 2017, new time, May 2017. I don't know. I mean, we've had job postings throughout the years, so it wouldn't be surprising to me if there were like blog posts and things like that about other job postings that we've had in the past. So, Jedi mind tricks. I just wait for the clients to send me free things. No. I being the best at sending free things. See, like, there are people that are at the company that may not have the title of influencer manager, but that's what they're doing, right? They're actually, they're making sure people are happy and they're sending things out. They're sending out free product. And they may send that without any kind of hope to get anything in return, but well, they may not send that without the like expectation for anything in return, but they hope that you do, you know, post about it or tweet about it or say like anything about it. I mean, I think
shout out to whoever sent me this. I don't know. I think you gave it to me.
I did not give that to you.
Never mind.
He's considered first pro esports guy. I got influenced by Thresh back in like the 90s to get into esports and gaming. Very early influencer right there. I mean, if you think about it, I say this sometimes, like, we are all influencers in our own way. The reason why influencer marketing works so well is because people consider influencers to be their friends. So we all have friends. Well, I do at least. I don't. We all have friends, and we all talk about things to our friends. Like, I know I've been on this show, and I've talked about a few things, like, a bunch of times to try to get people to use it. So I'm trying to influence you guys to use these things that I think I like to use, and I think are good, like Credit Karma. I mean, I wish I got paid by them, man. I would just make so much money. Audrey is my friend. Wow, thanks, Billy. Thresh is a Quake guy, right? Probably. We were talking about this the other day, like, Quake was one of those like early esports games.
Fatality?
Like, oh my gosh, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. I like that.
I think with influencers too, like I always use Sacriel as examples. I don't know why. But I think
he's an influencer.
Yeah, there's a level of like trust that you have with people that, you know, that influence you. Like I know if Sacriel says, hey, this thing is good, I know it's good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know because of the type of games that he likes and the type of interests that he has, like, they kind of align with mine. Mm-hmm. So when he says this, it's like, oh, I would probably be interested in this as well. So it's also a huge part of it, just, you know, like-minded people.
I mean, that's the thing with, like, Broman, it's like almost anything he plays, I'm like, I know I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
So, like, if he likes it, I'll probably like it. If he uses it, I'll probably like to use it as well. Like, it's the same type of thing. Yep.
I actually watched him play a little bit of Kingdom Hearts when it came out. And no spoilers, but he got to a particular part and he was into it. He was super happy, super emotional at the same time. And, like, I was sitting there watching and I was like, oh my God, me too. Like, oh.
I definitely might have cried watching Kingdom Hearts streams.
Yeah. I was like, this is my moment. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that happened. I can't handle the end of that game. It's too much for me. It's too many emotions. I just can't do it. He built up a side called Thresh's Firing Squad. That was a gaming hardware esports site that's no longer active. But it was active, and it was probably very popular, I'm assuming. And see, that's really smart. I think anytime that you're going to be a streamer or an influencer and try to actually make a career out of it, moving to a business side of things, like getting a job at in the gaming industry, like at a video game company or a different sort of company that may make products that a lot of streamers use, then you can be their influencer manager or something like that. It's really smart. You're thinking business. How can I continue to do this thing that I'm passionate about that doesn't necessarily mean I'm streaming? Because, I mean, I think if you think about it like musically, people who make music, sometimes I think they expect to make music the rest of their lives, but that's not always going to be what happens.
Oh, you mean like, okay, I thought you were talking about Musically, like the app, but you were talking...
That's a dead app. It got bought.
Yeah, it's something.
It's TikTok now.
TikTok.
I know about this. But no, like, or like sports. You know, you can't play the sport for the rest of your life unless you like die early or something, which is sad. I don't want that to happen to you.
Super random question. Do we have any sports fans in the chat?
Sports fans.
I always like to ask because I feel like the Venn diagram of like people who like games and people who like sports, like there is the people in the middle, but a lot of gamers are like, ew, sports. Yeah, that.
Sports ball. And he's actually a sports fan.
And he is a sports fan.
That's funny, actually.
Someone time him out for a little bit.
Don't do it. Anime sports, sure.
Anime sports are the best
Fair
sports.
enough. Watching the tournament right now. I don't know what tournament's happening.
Oh.
Is it a soccer thing?
No. NCAA.
I was going to say, is it basketball?
Yeah.
Hey.
Sports anime, I definitely get on board with that. Six Nations Rugby. Okay.
I don't. I'm on the video game side and on the sports side. I like watching baseball.
That's fair.
Watching baseball is real fun.
I like sports like hiking, kayaking, rock climbing.
Those are sports. It's true.
Those are all sports.
I guess chat is over here. I'm just pointing at you.
Furiel says March Madness. I think it's.
Oh, it is March, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. So the first round of the tournament started, I think, yesterday. It's pretty insane. I've been having a great time.
This is college, right?
Yeah.
Is Notre Dame playing?
I honestly don't know. I know that Duke's rated number 1.
Okay.
Because, it's Duke. And, just the energy of college sports just, is exciting to me. Sorry for the tangent.
I will go over to my parents' house and because the college I went to is like kind of for football more. Mm-hmm. That's like their sport is like football. And my dad will always be like, "Oh, what do you think? How do your Aztecs do?" And I'm like, "I don't know what's happening."
The Aztecs could have been in this tournament, but they lost a stupid game last week.
That's sad because I think our coach was really good.
Coach is really good.
That coach guy is nice. I've seen him around. Oh, I saw him around campus a couple times, riding in like a little go-kart.
Super, super annoying. I watched that game in disgust.
It was bad.
I'm also confused by this language being used.
I don't know what sports ball means.
Oh, sports.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry for the tangent.
Tangent. No, I'm totally lost, Jamar.
That was my fault, yeah. Maybe we can open it up to questions now.
Thanks for the stream, guys. Enjoyed the talks. Need some sleeps. Sleep well. Ryok, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
Notre Dame is not in it. That's sad. Oh, that was my grandpa's school.
Yeah, I don't know if Notre Dame's good at basketball. I know they're good at football.
I think their women's team is good.
I think you're right.
I only know that because my grandpa said their women's team was good, but he may have just liked watching them.
No, that might.
Am I wrong? Okay, just saying. Definitely glad I got to catch this stream. Took a mental health day from work. Good. Been a few months since I caught the last one. Well, I'm glad you were able to stop by. Mental health days are important. I encourage them all the time.
Same.
Mm-hmm. They are very important. Hauling a racing truck in TS2. I know what that is. Does that count as sports?
ETS?
European Truck Simulator.
BTS?
No.
Bangtan Boys?
No. Is that what that?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that stood for. And I'm not playing hooky. It's actually a thing we have at work, and it should be.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not hooky at all. I really like that. It's as much of a sick day as anything else. You need to take your little time, have a little mental break, mental health day. It's very important. If you can't walk away for a little while and have that day, then you're not going to be able to work as well as you can.
It's true. One of the all-time greatest comedians of all time, Dane Cook, he actually has a stand-up routine about how sometimes he just cries in his car. Not because he's upset, because
You need to cry.
Sometimes you just need a minute. You're driving down the street and you're like, you know what?
I need to cry.
I'm going to cry right now.
Cry, okay? No, crying is important, okay? This is totally a tangent. It has nothing to do with anything. But it's sometimes you just need to cry.
Yeah.
Just cry, okay?
Yeah.
Just do it. Thank you.
Also, Dane Cook is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Fight me on that.
Oh, what? Okay, we may have to fight later because that sentence made no sense.
I just made so many enemies.
Yeah, you did. And I think you just said it just to trigger me, and
Pods of War has a question.
I think her question is, why is Dane Cook your favorite comedian?
Lock them in there.
Don't lock me in here. The glass is going to get broken.
Pods of War says, what is your struggle as a woman in the gaming industry?
Pods, you know what? Okay, you know what? I will be fair about this question. I think a lot of women do have struggles with being a woman within the gaming industry, not because they're women, but because but because they are treated differently within the gaming industry. That is not something that's true here at OPG because I think it's something like 45 to 50% It's almost half of the company is women. Like, we go in, so like there's a lot of us here, so we don't really have a struggle because everybody that works here is like cool and not like horrible people.
I
But
mean,
I think there are horrible people at other companies. Like I think a lot of people struggle with that because they aren't necessarily taken as seriously. And I think people that are really good community managers and influencer managers, and also people in consulting and why do I keep saying consulting and dev roles, and really anybody in the video game industry, I think needs to have that open mind and be empathetic and be really clever and smart about not being a terrible person. There you go. I think it's getting better. We be cool. Some of the smartest ones, it's true. We do have some of the smartest women in the gaming industry working at OPG. I'm just saying. Just saying. I think that's a big, bold claim for me to make, but I'm gonna make it.
You can toot your own horn. Toot.
Not me. I wasn't talking about me.
Oh.
Nah. I'm like, no. I'm just kidding. Having a woman COO helps too. Exactly. I love it. It's always been great here because I feel like we have a really diverse team of people. So we got all kinds of genders here. We got all kinds of different races and everything. We got everything here.
Yeah.
It's all happening. Look, Samurai King, we already shattered the glass ceiling. We've moved on now and focusing on shattering glass doors. There's a glass door right there. And if I had to get locked in here with Jamar, who's saying that Dane Cook is his favorite comedian, I'm shattering that. It's going to get shattered.
Yeah, I have to pee. So, like, if we got locked in here, it would be a real weird situation. So we'd probably have to break the glass.
Please help me. Get me. Please. I was going to say, with different companies I've interacted with, awkwardness or struggle comes out from a lot. Oh, God, no. Comes from a lot of those working there are not always the most comfortable with interacting with women. It's true.
That's super weird to me.
True. I don't think it's as much of a problem for, I'll say it, millennials, because I think a lot of millennials or Gen Xers or Gen Z, I don't know what they're calling it now, the younger ones that are younger than millennials.
Actually, we have some statistics here that we got from this random ass website.
Oh, it is Gen Z. Gen X is the other one. Okay. Yeah, this website, I don't know who it was. I got nothing here. But it says, and this was actually like last month they posted this. So Gen Z, 13 to 17-year-olds, make up 27% of all gamers apparently.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But then millennials, which are 18 to 34, represent 29% of all gamers. And a lot of these gamers are working in the gaming industry. And I think a lot of them, there's men and women and all kinds of different races all enveloped into that 27%. And I think they all are pretty they don't care. I think it's all pretty normal across the board for the most part. I'm not saying absolutely. But then I think there's some you're not a millennial now? Apparently not. You know what? I don't know. The number keeps changing. I don't know. What year were you born?
Yeah.
I thought the number was 1983.
That seems about right.
Feels right to me. I don't know. Well. Oof.
You're in that weird in-between time that nobody talks about, the forgotten generation.
The forgotten. Can there be a Star Trek Forgotten Generation?
Dude, I don't know if you know this, but downstairs there's actually a bomber jacket, in that little shop. There's a bomber jacket. It's Star Wars, The Journey Home.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I saw it today, and I'm like, is this for sale?
Can I have this, please?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We can talk about this later, but I thought you might enjoy that.
But I think I think there's a lot of standard within business in general, not necessarily the gaming industry, but business in general, that there's a lot of glass ceilings getting broken, a lot of things are changing, and I think people associate the video game industry with a lot of male dominance.
Dude man bro,
because there's been a lot of the majority of gamers are considered to be men, but actually a lot of them are women. Way more than people think, because a lot of times women don't talk in games because they get mean meanness thrust upon them.
Where people think they're little kids.
I cannot tell you how often people think I'm a 14-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I mean, I kind of have a voice of a 14-year-old boy, so I understand. But yeah, it happens a lot. If you were the opposite gender for 1 year, what would be the first thing you do? I am not going to answer that question. You can. Sure, go for it.
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
I
I'd
don't
probably
know.
just go get something to eat because I'm hungry like all the time. I'm not even going to lie. Like, that's it.
You know what? I'd probably get like my hair.
Your hair done?
Yeah. Like one of those fancy, like, go to the salon and you're there for
The whole day?
the whole day and they do I'd probably do that.
Yeah, that's
For me,
buying new clothes, though. I guess you would have to buy new. Yeah, I would definitely like what I'm wearing today is super like girl. So yeah, that would My teams have always been 40% women. Yep, like it's just changing. It's just different, and I don't really feel like it's as much of an issue within the current gaming industry landscape as people make it out to be.
So just like a weird side note, like on Facebook, they have like this section of like recommended people that you should be friends with, and like both of my former bosses popped up on that section in like the same day, which I thought was weird and funny. And I realized the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, the company that I worked for, like the owner and founder was female, like, and then like the one before that, also the same thing. You
It's
know?
not something you thought about.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
Okay.
that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, man, I feel like the gaming industry is like, we're getting there.
Pod says, at least not in our experiences, but who knows? I'm sure there's some crazy stories. And I know there is. I know we've heard about some crazy stuff happening at other companies within the gaming industry, specifically involving their female employees. Like, we've heard these stories. We also live in a very diverse and acceptable place. This is very true. Like, specifically, even just San Diego. Like, in San Diego, California, like,
Yeah.
and there are parts of town, just like everybody has parts of town that are not as acceptable, but like
Growing up here was great.
like that's why like things like that don't even like I don't even realize it because it's like it's just was never something that was like in your face. Like my fiance was born and raised until he was 10 in a town that didn't even use money. They only bartered for everything in the mountains of I don't even know.
Appalachia.
Tennessee. I don't even remember.
Appalachia.
Like literally he didn't see money until he was like 10. And so like when he left that town, there was a lot of things that he like learned. You know, and then he lived in like cities and like actual urban landscapes and you know, it's like changed his whole life.
I would like that Slurpee, please. I would like to trade you. I have some jerky here in my pocket.
He says, according to him, that they would often everybody would make like there'd be people that made moonshine, and they would trade moonshine.
Oh, wow.
This sounds like a movie to me. I don't think it's real life, but whatever.
We need to sit down and get this all out of him and like write this down and make the script.
He said that they opened up a 7-Eleven, and they actually built it, and they opened it up. And the first day it was open, the town burned it down.
Oh my God.
They let it get open and do all the work, and then they never came back because they were like...
They must have not known about their free coffee after.
7-Eleven's amazing, dude.
Yeah. Like, they used to have little punch cards, but now they have the app, you know?
You mean, I can't do it. I
Audrey's,
have the app.
Audrey's a professional.
Hold on, I got a lot of
7-Eleven.
points, guys. Okay, I'm just
you know what?
wait.
I have gone to...
Oh, it's green!
That's hilarious. I have gone to the 7-Eleven by Audrey's house with Audrey.
It's okay.
And it was hilarious because like it was like walking into Cheers. Like they were just like, oh hey, hi.
Everybody knows my name.
I was like, oh, that's awesome.
And whenever I go there and I'm not with my fiance, they're like, where is he? Every time.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Why don't we have one near our office, near our new office? I don't even know. Did we have one near our old office?
No. I mean, no.
I want to go to 7-Eleven in Japan. That sounds good. Yeah, look, I got a lot of points. 8,422.
Jesus. You're killing it.
You can get all kinds of free stuff, guys. Yeah. I go to 7-Eleven every day, at least once. So that's not a good thing. It's very unhealthy.
Do you all have any questions for us?
Not about 7-Eleven.
I mean, you can ask us questions about 7-Eleven.
Twitch suddenly forced closed and updated on my Amazon Fire TV. Yep. That's fun. There is a Bevmo. It's not the same as the 7-Eleven, but there is a Bevmo.
Yeah, you can get ice.
We do need ice, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, has anybody gotten ice yet? Guys, we need ice. Guys! I live in a pretty small town. This seems believable. Okay, well, that's actually good to know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wish he was still here. He would back up all his claims, but I think he had to go to work. Right. Devin's on it. Hell yeah. Boy. I don't think that's how you spell Devin, by the way.
Devin?
Is that the incorrect spelling? Did Potch just incorrectly spell his name?
No, it's the right
That's
way.
the correct one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Devon or Devin.
It's just Devin. Devon.
Devon. Oh, God. Okie dokie. Well, if nobody has questions, thank you all. I've been reading too many resumes. It's true. Thank you all so much for stopping by today. It was really great to talk to you all and to talk a little bit about some jobs in the gaming industry. This is just scraping the surface. There's so much more down there to talk about. If you guys have any questions about it at any time, DM us on Twitter. Use the hashtag AskOPG. We will look at that. Like, it's something that we're always paying attention to. It's not just just during shows or whatever. Email us. Like, we love to talk to you guys, and we want to talk about it more. So feel free to reach out. Thank you all so much for stopping by today. Jamar?
I just want to remind everyone that we're going to be at PAX East. I won't be there, but a big group of us will be.
A bigger of us will be.
A bigger of us. Audrey will be there. Omid will be there. Tyler will be there. Janessa will be there. Zach will be there. See? I got them all. So make sure if you guys want to set up meetings with any of those people to reach out to us. We can figure that out. There's some things going on in chat.
What is this emote Eric just used?
That emote is terrifying.
Horrifying. God. Anyway, yes, we will be there, so please feel free to DM any of us individually or just the OP group Twitter, and we can set some meetings up.
And make sure to follow that Twitter because we'll be updating on the office hours schedule with new info as it comes in, so make sure you check that out. Also, the emotes in chat are getting crazy.
What the hell is happening?
All right.
Okay, thank you everybody so much for stopping by today. Have a fantastic Friday. Have a great weekend. We love you all.
Don't forget to keep your foot on the pulse.
Keep your foot on the pulse.
Yeah. That was great.
Thank you.